Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Today I'm going to be fishing at Antelope Lake in Plumas County. I've heard some good things about this lake. It's only at about 5,000 feet. There's no snow around the lake, but I was able to grab some snow on a higher area coming in. So I got a cooler full of snow to keep my fish nice and fresh. I'm hoping to get some fish for the freezer today. I'm going to be fishing inflated night crawlers and power bait, and basically just still fish as I've been doing. And I just wanted to come out here today to show people another option to maybe go fishing. If not this year, maybe next year or the year after that. This lake is very beautiful. It doesn't have the high elevation characteristics of some of the lakes I go to, but it's beautiful. It's got thick forest around it. And the drive in is about a dozen miles on a windy road that goes through forests, and you get to see varying landscapes, some meadows, a little burned out area that's kind of beautiful in its own way. But this is going to be a wonderful day out here, whether I catch anything or not. I'm going to get my lines in the water and let's see if we can do some good at Antelope Lake in Plumas County. Big hit on the power bait, 5 minutes in. There he is. He hit that hard, boy. Whenever you go to a new lake, you never want to wait too long to catch a fish. But he just took it. There was no little biting on that. He's not huge, but he's a nice trout. There he goes. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he got in my other line. No, get out of there, buddy. Get out of there. What's going on? This is a mess. He's fighting. Gotta do some quick maneuvering there. I try to keep my poles together for the film, and just plus it's easier to monitor the bites. He's not huge, but he's nice. He's a good solid rainbow. I'm gonna keep him. Good size for bacon and frying. There he is. There's one to start off the day. Oh, beautiful looking fish. So it's a nice little rainbow, good for cooking. This is my first fish at Antelope Lake, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick him on ice, have him later, but see if we can't get some bigger fish. But for now, that's my first Antelope Lake fish, and my line's been in the water for about 3 or 4 minutes. So far so good. Getting a hit on that night crawler line. Oh, and he hit that hard, and this fish feels better. This fish feels better. And I can't see him yet. Oh, let's see what we got here. Yeah, he's fighting. These fish are fighting. So when I came in, there's right off the bat, there's a space that says fishing access. And I went down there and looked at it, and there's picnic tables. It looked like a place where you're going to be fishing with a lot of people showing up, and it didn't look that great. So if you go a little farther down the road, there's a little lookout point, and there's a trail, and you got to walk down to the water. But usually when you got to walk, that means you're going to have a better chance of being alone. Yeah, this fish is better. This is a pretty good fish. It's not huge, but it's nice. You can see it's fighting harder. Oh, he wants to go that way, and I want him to go this way. Now I'm gonna win. Ha! So there we go. It's not a huge fish, but it's a nice fish. I think I'm actually gonna let this one go because I barely had him hooked. I'm just gonna go ahead and slip him back in. I think I'd rather just let him get bigger. So just to reiterate, I like to fish when I'm fishing bait from shore with a slip sinker. I like to have a nice loose bow in my line as the wind blows it. And if there's no wind, I just let it hang. You don't want so much line it's gonna be getting caught up. Oh, we're getting one. Power bait. So when you have that bow in the line, you can see the fish swimming away with the line. This guy's taking it. He's taking it. So far I've been fishing about 40 minutes. This is the third fish I've hooked. I haven't been impressed by the size, but the action's been good. So when you have that loose bow in the line, you can watch it swimming out, and then you can get your fish and you can get it ready, and then you can set your hook. The fish aren't big yet. But there's a lot of them, which is nice, and it's a beautiful day, so. Brook trout. He's got the red spots and he's got the red with the purple around it. It looks like a brook trout. He's got the type stripe pattern. He just swam away. I let him go. I couldn't get a grip on him. I didn't know brook trout hit power bait. So I guess that first brook trout I caught, I think that was a brook trout. That was a 14-incher, which is a pretty good brook trout. Here goes that power bait line. I'm in the shade. I almost wasn't here for this clip. I ran up to my car to go get another layer because the wind came up. I almost died. It's straight uphill for a little under a quarter mile. I ran up there, it was fine. And by the time I got to my car, I needed oxygen. I was dying so much. I think it's another one of these brook trout. That's all I'm catching. They don't have the really brilliant colors like the ones do that you catch up in the Sierra that are smaller, but these are nice brook trout. They're a good size. Barely got this guy hooked right outside his mouth. Yeah, these are brookies. They got the dynamic pattern along their back. He's got little tiny red spots with circles around them. It's just when you catch these in the mountains, they are a lot more colorful and they have the brilliant oranges and reds. You can see the purple around, but I'm gonna let this guy go. So far, Antelope Lake is delivering action. The question is, will it deliver size? We'll see. So I was over there sleeping and my night crawler line went out. The first bite I've got in a while, but this is a pretty good feeling fish, boy. The weather really turned south. It got cold. See what we got here. Will Antelope Lake give up some big fish? This fish is nice, but he's not very big. He's just fighting hard. What we got? Let's take a look. It's another one of these nice brook trout. I've already let go 3 of these. These are nice. The brook trout I usually catch in the mountain are really small, but these guys in this reservoir are nice and hardy. They're really thick. But some experienced gentleman over there told me the brook trout tastes better than the rainbows, so I'm gonna keep this guy and see. But these are really nice brook trout. And this guy was really stripping some line off, so I'm gonna keep on fishing. So this is what I'm taking home. I got a rainbow and a brook trout. They're both right at about 13 inches. These brook trout are nice. I don't have a lot of experience catching brook trout in larger lakes like this. He's got the spots, and the gentleman in the boat told me that this guy is better eating than this guy. So I will figure that out because I'm going to go home and bake both of them and eat them tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and hike to the top of the hill so I can give you a better shot of the lake. So a little treat for those of you that made it to the end. I came up to the top of that hill that I earlier said I almost died running up. It's a pretty steep hill. You got to run up this thing, and it's 5,000 feet. It's not Mount Everest, but man, it gets you winded. This lake's really cool. You can see there's an island out there. This lake is just stunning. And you can see on the other side, you got the granite boulder fields strewn all along the edge of that ridge, and then you got thick stands of trees, and the lake snakes back there. I can't even see. I was gonna bring my boat out here, but I wasn't sure if the launch ramps would be open, and I really wasn't in the mood for hauling my boat and packing it in my car and getting up here and not being able to use it. But as you can see, the storm clouds are really coming in. I came up here to avoid a storm that was going down through Tahoe, but it looks like the edge of it made it up here. But it was great today. This is my first time at Antelope Lake, as I said, and I didn't get any big fish that I was looking for, but I got some of the biggest brook trout. I've never come to a lake that has as many brook trout. The one that I kept was about 13 inches. The biggest brook trout I let go was about 14 inches. So, you know, I caught 5 fish today, and I'm keeping 2, but I caught 4 really nice brook trout, and they don't have the flashy colors like the ones in the wild ones up in the alpine lakes have. Maybe they get them when they start spawning, I'm not sure. But it was cool. They fight really hard, and it was a real nice day of fishing out here. I'm so happy I came to Antelope Lake. I'm gonna get out of here before it starts raining, and hopefully next week I can get up to some higher altitudes as the snow continues to melt. And I hope you get a chance to get out of the house during this pandemic, stay-at-home stuff, and get a line wet and ease your mind and relax. It's really relaxing out here. So thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani, and until next time.